Hello, Klaus here, and welcome back to yet another video here at the channel. In this video, I'll show you how you can change a shot like this to a product shot like this, doing a very simple method. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So without further ado, let's start shooting. So now we're just going to prepare our shot, and it is a small cake, so I put this on a small tripod and just gaffered this skewer onto the cake, and then we're going to spin that around on a Lazy Susan. There is also another method. If you do not have a Lazy Susan, then you can use a power drill like this. Put your donut or your cake, whatever, on, and then you can just like make it turn around, which is kind of cool. So let's shoot this thing. Let's go. Okay, so the first shot we're doing that on a Lazy Susan, which I can control from this remote. So that's what we're doing. I'm shooting on the Blackmagic Pocket 6K cinema camera, and I'm shooting in 60 frames a second. Actually, it's 50 because I'm shooting in 6K, which is of course totally overkill. You don't need to do that. But let's just roll, and we're just going to let it spin a little while. So let's go. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't matter if you are shooting on green screen or whatever. It has nothing to do with the technique we are using to do this. So just keep that in mind. I'm just shooting on green because the background, I didn't have that. I'll tell you all about that in DaVinci Resolve. So here we are in DaVinci Resolve, and we're going to remove this wooden skewer. So I shot this on green screen. Most of these techniques will actually work if you are using the right background, but I was not doing this for the shot because I didn't have that background I wanted. So first thing you could do would be to just simply mask this out in the color page, but that's not the method I'm going to show you today. First off, I'm going to show you a way to do this in Fusion, so I'll just go into Fusion with that clip selected. I'm just going to push Shift Spacebar, and then I'm going to type in Paint. And I'm just going to put in a Paint node here in between the media in and the media out. I'm going to select that, and I'll go up here in the properties, and I'm going to take this icon up here, and I'm just going to do a line like that, something like that. For now, that is good. And then I'll go over to the inspector, and in the inspector, I'm going to push this bob wire right here. And immediately something happened. So if we're not totally satisfied with the result we have here, and that can of course vary a little bit, we can go in here, and then we are going to go into the brush controls, and in here we can change the size of that. So we're going to make the brush bigger, and also the softness. Something like that looks pretty decent, I think. And then we are going to make sure we are at the beginning of our keyframe, so which is going to be right here. And then we're going to the stroke controls, and in the center I'm just going to put in keyframe. And then we can just use the arrow keys to go forward. We can just go here. So as soon as we have this border or something of the skewer is visible, we can go in here into our center, and we can either go up, or in this case we'll just go to the side and cover up the skewer. And that's all we're going to do in this shot. So we're just going to look to the shot or go frame by frame. And when we see something we don't want, we're simply just going to adjust that. And then we can go into the color page, for instance, and just do a super quick green screen removal and change the background with the skewer removed. So the next method of doing this would be to go again into the color page. And you could actually use the object removal I have right here, but I'm not going to use object removal for this because there is a tool way cooler than object removal, and that is the magic mask. I'm making sure that I'm on the object, and I'm just going to do a line on my cake or my thing, and I have already the overlay selected, so now that is what we have, and we're simply just going to, again, move forward and back here in the tracking, and then DaVinci Resolve will do its thing, and it's going to track our cake, and it's doing a pretty fast job at that, by the way. And now it's done what it's supposed to do, and I'm going to right click here in the grid, and I'm going to add an alpha out, and I'm just going to connect that right here to the alpha, and we can then go out here, and our cake is now out of the green screen. Also, if you want the magic mask to look better, I would change the quality to better, but it does take a little more time to actually figure out, and for the sake of this tutorial, that's not what I wanted to use the time on. Anyway, so after I removed the wooden stick, I just took multiple clips, put them together, and animated them into the final result, as you can see right here. Okay, so that is how you pull off this effect using DaVinci Resolve and some small tricks. If you like this kind of content, please do come and visit our homepage made specific for filmmakers and content creators with free resources, or keep watching here on YouTube. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share it with your friends if you think it would help them out, and if you want to be notified every time there's a new video on this channel, please hit that bell icon down in the corner. Until next time, keep filming, keep learning, and keep sharing.